Good morning, students. Let's continue our chapter Thermodynamics with the topic Two Principal Specific Heat of a Gas. Out of many specific heats of a gas, two are of special significance. One, when the gas is heated at constant volume, and another when the gas is heated at constant pressure. These are known as the two principal specific heats of the gas. Now, the definition of molar specific heat at constant volume. It is defined as the amount of heat which is required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius at constant volume. It is denoted by CV. Next, the molar specific heat at constant pressure. It is defined as the amount of heat which is required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas through 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure. It is denoted by Cp. Next, Cp, that is molar specific heat at constant pressure, is greater than Cv, which means molar specific heat at constant volume. So when a gas is heated at constant volume, all the heat which is supplied to a gas is used to increase the temperature or the internal energy of the gas. So when we heat a gas at a constant pressure, then the gas expands. It does work against the external pressure. The heat supplied is used in two ways. Number one, partly to increase the internal energy, and second, partly to do work against external pressure. So at constant pressure, an additional amount of heat is required. Additional amount of heat is equivalent to work done is utilized. So hence, more amount of heat is required to increase the temperature of 1 mole of a gas at constant pressure than that at constant volume. So it is clear that Cp is greater than Cv. So the difference between two specific heats is equal to amount of heat equivalent to the work performed by the gas during the expansion at constant pressure. Next topic is very important, that is specific heat relation, which is called Maier's formula. So the relationship between Cp and Cv. Consider 1 mole of an ideal gas. Heat the gas to raise its temperature by delta T. Then according to first law of thermodynamics, the heat which is supplied to a gas is used partly to increase the internal energy and partly increase in the doing work of expansion. So कुछ जो हम heat supply करते हैं, कुछ heat internal energy को increase कर देती है गैस की, और कुछ जो heat है वो हम utilize करते हैं in doing work of expansion. So according to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q, which represents the amount of heat which is supplied to a system, is equivalent to delta U, internal energy, means change in internal energy, plus P delta V, where P represent pressure and delta V represent the change in volume. So if delta Q is observed at a constant volume, then delta V is equivalent to 0, right? So put this value of delta V is equal to 0 in this equation, so we get delta Q is equal to delta U. So according to definition of specific heat of a gas at a constant volume, Cv, which is equal to delta Q upon delta T at constant volume. Clear? So from the equation number 3 and 4, we get Cv, which is equal to delta U upon delta T. Take this equation number 5th. Now this expression, that is Cv is equal to delta U upon delta T, can be written as delta U upon delta T, means here we can drop the subscript, that is V, because here the internal energy U of an ideal gas depends only on its temperature. Clear? Now, if heat that is delta Q, is observed at constant pressure. अब हम बात करें कि अगर डेल्टा क्यू अमाउंट ऑफ जो हीट है वो ऑब्जर्व हुई है एट अ कांस्टेंट प्रेशर, देन अकॉर्डिंग टू डेफिनेशन ऑफ स्पेसिफिक हीट एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर, Cp is equal to delta Q upon delta T at constant pressure, which is equal to, again from first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to delta U plus P delta V. So put here, so we get delta U upon delta T subscript P plus P delta V upon delta T bracket and subscript P. Now according to ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT, where n is equal to 1 for 1 mole of an ideal gas. Now differentiate this equation on both sides with respect to T for constant pressure P. So we get delta PV upon delta T, which is equal to delta RT upon T. Clear? So here pressure is constant, so we can take this out of this change, out of this differentiation. So P within bracket delta V upon delta T is equal to, R is the gas constant, so it can also be taken out of this change. So R within bracket is delta T upon delta T. So this is cancel out with each other. So we get P delta V upon delta T with subscript P, which is equal to R. Take this equation number 8th. Subtract equation 6th from equation number 7th. So we get Cp minus Cv is equal to delta U upon delta T plus P within bracket delta V upon delta T minus delta U upon delta T. This term is cancelled out with this one. So we get Cp minus Cv, which is equal to P within bracket delta V upon delta T. So take this equation number 9th. So from 8th and 9th, we get Cp minus Cv, which is equal to R. So this is known as Maier's formula, or this represents the relation between the molar specific heat at constant pressure and the relation between the molar specific heat at constant volume. So the relation is Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Students, please note down all these formulas. These formulas are important for numerical purposes. The very first formula is for 1 mole of a gas. If we talk about 1 mole of a gas and we get the relation between Cp and Cv is Cp minus Cv, which is equal to R, where R is gas constant. और यहाँ पे इस फॉर्मूले को तब यूज करेंगे इफ Cp and Cv are in unit of work. But if the units of Cp and Cv are in units of heat, so then the relation between Cp and Cv is Cp minus Cv is equivalent to R upon J, where J is called the joules equivalent of heat. So relation is Cp minus Cv, which is equal to R upon J. R is universal gas constant and J is called the joules mechanical equivalent of heat. If we talk about 1 gram of a gas, then the relation between Cp and Cv in the terms of unit of work is Cp minus Cv, which is equal to small r, where r is equal to capital R, which is a gas constant, divided by m, that is the molecular mass. Clear? So if Cp and Cv are in the unit of heat, then the formula is Cp minus Cv is equal to R upon J. Clear? Now, the heat lost or gained by a gas at constant pressure Q is equal to N Cp into delta T. At a constant volume Q is equal to N Cv delta T, where small n represents the number of moles of a gas, which is equivalent to mass of the gas upon the molecular mass. Here, the value of J is equal to 4.18 joule per Kelvin, and the value of R is equal to 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. In the term of calories, the value of R is 1.98 calorie per mole per Kelvin. Next, example 10th. Calculate the specific heat at constant volume for a gas. The specific heat at constant pressure is given to us as 6.85 calorie per mole per Kelvin. The value of R is given to us and the value of J is also given to us. And here we have to find out the specific heat at constant volume. So here we use the relation Cp minus Cv which is equal to R upon J. हम ये relation use करेंगे because यहाँ पे Cp या Cv जो भी हमें value given है, इस केस में हमें Cp की value given है, उसके unit in the terms of heat है, calories per mole per Kelvin है. So that's why here we use this relation, that is Cp minus Cv which is equal to R upon J. Clear? So here we have to find out the value of Cv. So Cv which is equal to Cp minus R upon J. When we substitute all the values, we get Cv which is equal to 4.862 calorie per mole per Kelvin. Next topic is thermodynamic process. A thermodynamic process is said to occur if the thermodynamical variables, that is pressure, volume, temperature of a system, undergoes a change with time. Now, the different types of thermodynamic processes are: first one is isothermal process. It is a thermodynamic process which occurs at a constant temperature. Second, isobaric process. It is a thermodynamic process which occurs at a constant pressure. Third, isochoric process. It is a thermodynamic process which occurs at a constant volume. Fourth, adiabatic process. It is a thermodynamic process in which there is no exchange of heat energy take place between the system and the surroundings. Clear? Next is, what is quasi-static process? A quasi-static process is an infinitely slow process such that the system remains in the thermal as well as the chemical equilibrium with the surroundings. Clear? So in quasi-static means nearly static process, every stage, the temperature as well as the pressure of the surroundings differ only infinitesimally from those of the system. Let us suppose we wish to take a gas from the state P T to the another state P dash T dash via quasi-static process, means very slow process. For this, firstly, we change the external pressure by a small amount, that is delta P, and allows the system, this system, to equalize its pressure with that of the surrounding. This is surrounding of this system. Clear? So here, this system tries to equalize its pressure with that of the surrounding and continue, and the process infinitely slowly until the pressure of the gas will become equal to P dash, which is the another state. Now, to change the temperature, we create a very small temperature difference, that is delta T, between the system and the surroundings. And again this process continues by choosing the reservoirs of the different temperature from T to T dash. कहाँ तक change होता जाएगा? जब तक temperature another state वाला achieve नहीं हो जाता, that is T dash. So the system finally attains the temperature, that is T prime. Next topic is isothermal process. An isothermal process is one in which the pressure and the volume of the system change, but the temperature remains constant. So in the isothermal process, temperature क्या रहता है? Constant. And the pressure as well as the volume of the system may changes. Clear? Now let us consider an ideal gas which is enclosed in a cylinder which is provided with the piston, and the wall of this cylinder is conducting wall. If the gas is slowly compressed, अगर इस गैस को हम compress कर रहे हैं, then the heat produced due to the work done on the gas, अगर गैस compress हो रही है तो हमें ऊपर से work done करना पड़ेगा. पिस्टन को अगर नीचे की तरफ प्रेस करेंगे तभी गैस compress होगी. ठीक है? So the work we have to done on the gas, गैस के ऊपर work done होगा, and जो heat produce होगी during the compression of the gas is transferred to the surrounding. So the temperature of this gas remains constant. अगर isothermal process को maintain रखना है, isothermal process क्या है कि अगर isothermal condition attain करनी है, मतलब temperature अगर constant रहना चाहिए, तो हमें पता है whenever we compressed a gas, then the heat is produced due to the कैसे प्रोड्यूस होगी, बिकॉज वी आर डूइंग वर्क ऑन अ गैस, सो जो हीट प्रोड्यूस होगी तो उससे क्या होएगा, जो टेम्परेचर होगा वो ट्रांसफर होगा टू द सराउंडिंग फ्रॉम द गैस। क्लियर। सो यहाँ पे क्या रहेगी, गैस रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट रहेगी, कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर पे तभी रहेगी। सिमिलरली व्हेन द गैस इज अलाउड टू एक्सपैंड करिए, पिस्टन आउटवर्ड मूव कर रहा है, देन द टेम्परेचर जो है वो गैस का फॉल डाउन करे जाएगा। ठीक है, बट सम हीट फ्रॉम द सराउंडिंग इज कंडक्टिंग टू द गैस। जब गैस एक्सपैंड करती है देन द टेम्परेचर फॉल डाउन करता है, तो टेम्परेचर को अगर कांस्टेंट मेंटेन करना है देन सम सॉर्ट ऑफ हीट इज ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम द सराउंडिंग टू द गैस। ठीक है, in order to keep the temperature of this gas constant. Next, the essential conditions for an isothermal process to take place. The wall of the container must be perfectly conducting to allow free exchange of heat between the system as well as the surroundings. Second, the process of compression or the expansion should be very slow so as to provide sufficient time for the exchange of heat. Now, the equation for isothermal process, we know the equation of ideal gas equation is equal to PV, which is equal to nRT. For a fixed value of n, means for the fixed value of number of mole of a gas, and isothermal process में क्या करते हैं, टेम्परेचर को फिक्स करते हैं, R पहले ही गैस कांस्टेंट है, सो द राइट हैंड साइड में जो भी टर्म्स हैं दैट इज nRT, ये क्या है, कांस्टेंट, सो वी कैन से दैट PV इज इक्वल टू कांस्टेंट। तो दिस इक्वेशन इज कॉल्ड द इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट ऑफ एन आइसोथर्मल process. Clear? So it is nothing but Boyle's law, according to which the pressure of a given mass of a gas varies inversely as its volume. Clear? Next is first law of thermodynamics, which is applied to isothermal process. Now, according to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to delta U plus P delta V. And we know that in isothermal process temperature remains constant. If temperature remains constant, then there is no change in the internal energy, because the internal energy is ultimately related to the temperature. So the change in internal energy is zero. So put here, so we get delta Q is equal to P delta V. So when a gas expands isothermally, so we can say that delta V क्या होएगा, expansion में change in volume is positive, so we can say that P delta V is also positive, which means delta Q will also be positive. So when a gas expands isothermally, the amount of heat which is equivalent to the work done by the gas has to be supplied from an external source. Second, when a gas is compressed isothermally, so which means that during the compression delta V, change in volume, is negative, hence delta P delta V is also negative, which means that delta Q will be negative. So we can say that when a gas is compressed isothermally, the amount of heat which is equivalent to work done on the gas has to be removed from the gas. Third one, in an isothermal expansion or compression, the internal energy of the gas remains unchanged. Next topic is important, that is work done in an isothermal process. Again, consider a gas in a cylinder having n number of moles of an ideal gas, and the walls of this cylinder is conducting walls, and this cylinder is provided with the piston which is frictionless and the movable piston. Let P be the pressure of gas. Clear? Now the work done by the gas when the piston moves from the state A to the state B. Now the pressure and the volume at the state A is P1 V1 and at the state B is P2 V2. And the small distance. Now let us consider the piston moves through a small distance, that is dx. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक कोई डॉटेड पोजीशन है, बी से पहुंचने से पहले समवेयर यहाँ पे जहाँ पे उसने स्मॉल डिस्प्लेसमेंट या डिस्टेंस कवर की, दैट इज dx. तो कितना वर्क डन हमें करना पड़ेगा, वर्क dw विच इज इक्वल टू pressure into area into dx, where A is the area of cross section of the cylinder. Now area into dx is called dv, so dw is equal to p dv. Take this one. Clear? सो व्हेन द गैस एक्सपैंड फ्रॉम द स्टेट ए टू द स्टेट बी, मतलब इनिशियल टू फाइनल स्टेट में जा रही है, देन कितना हमें टोटल वर्क डन करना पड़ेगा? दैट टोटल वर्क डन कैन बी फाइंड आउट बाय इंटीग्रेटिंग दिस इक्वेशन 1. So the total amount of work done will be during the isothermal process is equal to integration P dV, and the limits of integration varies from V1 to V2. Now for the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. The value of P is equal to nRT upon V. Put this value of P, that is pressure, in equation number 2. So we get W isothermal is equal to nRT upon V dV whole integration, and the integration varies from V1 to V2. Now we know that in isothermal process temperature is constant, R is universal gas constant, N represent the number of moles. So nRT जो है ये वेरी नहीं करे, so we can take these terms out of this integral. So we get W iso is equal to nRT within integration V1 V2 1 upon V dV. Clear? So W iso is equal to nRT log V V1 to V2. Clear? So अपर लिमिट माइनस लोअर लिमिट फिल करेंगे. सो अपर लिमिट log V2 माइनस log ऑफ V1. ठीक है. और हमें पता है कि log का फॉर्मूला है log m माइनस एन, किसके इक्वलेंट होता है? log m अपॉन एन. सो यहाँ पे m की जगह के प्लेस पे क्या है? V2, और n के प्लेस पे क्या है? V1. सो वी कैन राइट दिस इज W iso is equal to nRT log of V2 upon V1.